Your son is a remarkable young man. He has highly advanced cognitive skills. He has more in common with Einstein or Mozart than he does with us. I'd like to work with your son. Help him develop the skills he'll need to lead a full life.
It's not gonna happen.
As an autistic genius, Ben Affleck's accountant character helps a clerk, played by Anna Kendrick, to take on a major crime syndicate.
How did you get into financial consulting?
Ben, Anna, welcome to Top Billing, our show in South Africa. I don't know if you've been there recently, but I'm pretty sure that South Africans are your biggest fans. I can pretty much guarantee that, yeah.
Both of ours?
Both of yours,
Or are you just kind of lumping one of us in with the other? One of us is really popular.
It's a general thing.
Riding coattails.
But I'd like to open it up to the viewers and fans and kind of ask them on social media and stuff if they want to ask some questions. So I'm going to do 2 viewers' choice questions to start. One for you, Ben. It's actually from Damien. He's had autism from a young age as well, so he wanted to firstly thank you and the filmmakers for showing that different can be cool and unique and special. And he wanted to know how awesome it must have been from playing an iconic superhero like Batman to someone who's completely original and completely unique and new with an action hero like Chris.
Yes, they're both challenging in different ways. With Batman, you have a part that, as Damien says, very iconic, and it's like doing a classic play that's been done before. You know, you're just doing your iteration of it, and it's kind of haunted by these amazing performances in the past. And then with this movie, it was more freeing because it was original, so I was allowed to kind of define it more. And it was really interesting because, you know, exposing myself to people on the autism spectrum kind of really was enriching and inspiring and helped me create the character.
It's kind of like a socially awkward Batman without a mask type of.
There you go. That was going to be the tagline.
Yeah.
And with you, it wasn't really, there were a lot of questions, but there was more of a request that was kind of predominantly coming through. And all the viewers pretty much wanted me to just propose to you and then take you back to South Africa with me. So
great, I'm going to be the queen of South Africa.
So I know
we
we just met.
Husbands, maybe some wives.
What is this?
Yes, I do. Yes,
really?
I will.
You should
To hopefully all the many. Wait, this is a real. What am I?
It depends. If you say yes, it's real.
Where did you get this?
It's South African. The best diamonds come from South Africa. Look at the clarity. It costs $3 that.
But this is
the ring's plastic.
This is not. This is definitely.
Well, you can think about that.
Oh, it is plastic.
Yeah.
Well,
the ring's
then
plastic.
forget it, you cheap bastards. My dad was an accountant. You know, he had the whole shtick. The dorky pocket protector.
I have a pocket protector.
That's a nice one.
Your relationship in the movie is completely unique. It's not typical Hollywood. It's kind of like painfully awkward at times, but it really is quite endearing the way that you two of you enter. You kind of this physical presence who's also socially awkward. You're a bit smaller and petite, but you're outgoing, almost like an emotional protector for him. It's something we haven't really seen before.
Yeah,
which is
you're
really
definitely
cool.
used to seeing meet cutes that are all about like banter and wit, and they're, you know, kind of hyper fluent, and you know, and everything goes really smoothly, and there's a back and forth, and it's all very interesting, and they're on top of each other. But this was sort of an answer to that, I guess, about those, you know, fumblings through the beginning of any, you know, relationship, whether it's friendship or coworkers or romantic. I think we have all had those moments where you're not sure, is it my turn to speak? Am I supposed to leave? So I think it makes it really, I mean, yeah, hopefully
you don't know
sweet.
if you're supposed to talk or leave.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Your character's kind of torn between saying something and just running from the room. Like, that's pretty much where he is at all points in the movie.
Do you like puzzles? Tell me what you see. It was taken 3 years ago by an undercover agent.
It's the same person.
As Ben and Anna's characters untangle a web of intrigue, Cynthia ADDAI-ROBINSON, playing a federal agent, watches them.
Your storyline is separate to Ben's, but it's exciting to go on that journey of discovery with you and trying to track him down, and you're kind of our eyepiece through that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really wanted to convey a sense of urgency because I knew that, you know, for Marybeth, as she's getting closer to solving this mystery of who the accountant is, the audience is also having that experience along with her. So you're really rooting for her and you want her to succeed in this. And it was a really great chance to show a character have an evolution from where they start in the movie to where they ultimately end up.
The
Some of my clients are quite dangerous.
Why would your clients follow you? You're an accountant.
Director Gavin O'Connor delivers a real enigma.
The Accountant, you got kind of an action, you got a bit of a thriller, there's like an oddball love story in there, there's some humor, it's a puzzle solver, there's a character study, so there's just so much going on.
Yeah, that was the challenge of making the movie, was sort of the blending of all these genres and then making it feel like it's one cohesive film, and then, you know, within all that, trying to, you know, capture the accuracy of the man who's on the spectrum.
And there are no good or bad guys, like it's difficult to decipher who's who, so throughout you're kind of guessing, is that good, is that bad, and it's quite intriguing.
You know, to keep an audience off balance, I think is a really good thing, as long as they're not so off balance that they're losing interest, and yet not so balanced that they know everything going on. So that was always the goal. The movie's always shifting its weight in a way that's keeping the audience hopefully engaged.
You're different. Sooner or later, different scares people.
I have difficulty socializing with other people, even though I want to.
You seem to have this fascination with family bonds, and I like the way you go quite deep into it, especially father-son and brotherly love, and kind of bringing up questions about what's the right way to raise a child and what's right and wrong, and how do you channel that kind of intense emotion you have towards children. And this movie really explores that in detail, which is really cool.
I'm a parent, and I think that parenting is not a sport for perfectionists. Like, we all want to protect our kids. We all want to be perfect parents, and it's impossible to do. So dramatizing that in cinema is something that I'm just curious to explore. And obviously we took this to an extreme in our movie because we had a kid that was, you know, that had a condition that was so foreign to this dad and such a limited amount of information back then that he was gaining, that he applied his own kind of philosophy to raising this kid, which I hope comes across, that everything he did was generated
out of love.
By love, yeah.
The film packs plenty of action, and it's a love story too. Anna Kendrick must choose between Ben Affleck, Jonathan, and every other South African man.
Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
You guys are fantastic in the movie. Anna, thanks for saying yes.
Give this.
Thank you.
That's yours.
Oh, this is mine. I get this.
You guys are
plastic ring.
married,
That's
so
yours, yeah. Technically we are, so it's on camera.
For audiences who like thrillers that make them work a little harder to figure things out, this one's for you.
So who is he?
The accountant.
Like a CPA accountant?
Not quite.